Welcome back to Theme Journals. I'm April, and today we're going to be talking book plates. Now, I found this beautiful yellow cardstock from the back of one of my thank you cards that I finished. And I wanted to use it, but see how glossy that is? Let me make sure you can see how glossy it is. Let me bring it up. Oops, sorry. Oh, there you go. Now you can see it. You can't stamp like this on that. And so I used the offcut to experiment with. And it worked. So I'm going to show you what I was experimenting with. I took modeling paste and I put a little bit under on this corner. It's a little rough. And you can sort of, let's see if I can show you the demarcation between the modeling paste and the rest of it. All right, let's see here. Get my fingers around here to hold it. All right, right here is the line of demarcation. You can sort of see it. It's whitish because I didn't cover all of it with ink. I covered this part with ink to cover up the white, but I wanted to leave a little bit for an example so you can see. Line of demarcation, glossy. So that's how you can get around glossy stuff, is by putting a little bit of modeling paste, or there's another thing that you can use, but I'm using modeling paste today because that's all I have. So I have a huge tub of it, and this is I got it from Amazon. It's called Speedball Modeling Paste Acrylic Polymer. So yeah. I used my finger when I did this. So today I'm going to see if I can't get see what it does with a paintbrush. All right. Now you want to make this super duper thin. I put way too much on it. Okay. You have to work fast because the modeling paste this thin will dry very quickly. Well, that worked out better than my finger, so that's good news. Okay, so I have 6 books. Excuse my hiccuping. You can already see the difference between the two. One's matte and one's glossy still, so yeah, I'm excited about this discovery. Now the reason why you don't want it thick is because you eventually, when it dries, you want it to dry so you can see the yellow. Oops, sorry. I did not mean to bonky the stand. Now, did I use too much? These will probably be dry by the time I get done doing this video, so I can go ahead and show you what I did to cover up the white, because you don't want the white seen. You just need it so that you can stamp on it, because you know the book plates is the name of where you put the name of the journal. But I have to get a template together before I can do that. I'll show you what I'm going to do for the template. So I woke up early this morning and I'm going to get this video up today, hopefully. All right, that looks good. Oops. I don't know what I did, but that doesn't look quite right. Sorry, I am not talkative this morning. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Thank God I was able to sleep as long as I did. I had to get up and look at my vegetables soup. I put in the potatoes last night and I just couldn't stay up until 11 o'clock to check the progress of the potatoes, so I went to bed, and I should have put the crock pot on for 4 hours, but I didn't. Anyway, it is what it is. All right, so this is the last one. All right, now once you're done, you absolutely have to, whatever modeling paste you've put on stuff, whether it's your stencils or your paintbrush like I did this time, you've got to get that modeling paste off or else it'll dry and your whatever it is going to be ruined. So I've got baby wipes right beside me, and I am getting the paste out of it by using the baby wipe. Now you will want to run this under extremely hot water just to make sure you've gotten all the modeling paste off. But basically, baby wipes, see, gets a lot. These are the secret weapon of most see, all gone, of most crafters. So I just go down to the $1.25 store and buy mine. I refuse to pay $7 for Huggies or anything like that. And let's face it, off brands are the on brands. By that, in the manufacturing world, what they do is most people think that you get a different product because it's a different box. I used to work in manufacturing when I was a kid, and I worked for one of the biggest frozen bread companies in the United States. And all they did to change from one brand to the next was change the bags. So to get to buy their big brand name, you pay like $4 or $5. Now you pay about $7 because of inflation. But back when I was younger, I went to the store to check it out, and their brand name was like $3 or $4. And all the generic ones that we did sat right beside the brand name one and sold for $1.99. And so that was when I learned that generics are exactly the same thing as the original. So you get the same cleaning power in a generic baby wipe as you would a brand name baby wipe, but you pay way less for it. Yay for being cheap. Okay, now these are all dry, like I said they would be. And now you can see that they're totally dull. Now, I have an archival ink called Fossilized Amber. I love this color. And to get rid of the white, all I'm going to do is ink it with Fossilized Amber. See? Gone. The white is now gone. And your brush marks will be able to be seen. But I think that just gives it additional interest. Now let's see here. There. Now you can see right here, I put too much ink on it right there. Oh, that's all right. I'm just going to add extra ink around the edges. Not that you're going to see the edges, but yeah. All right. So we got one yellow board back. Now, because this is archival ink, you have to let the ink wear off your fingers. It doesn't take too long to wear off your fingers. Usually in 12 hours, the ink on my fingers is gone. Most people that I've noticed don't use archival inks. I use it because I minored in art history. And as an art historian, I have great respect for pages and papers and stuff like that. And archival ink is made so it doesn't eat your papers. So, and if you're working with extremely old things, you run the risk of introducing acids to the paper, and it will eventually degrade the paper. And I think it's a shame that old papers survive as long as it does, and then you use distress inks on them, which will tear down the integrity of the paper. Of course, they didn't know that back in the day, so a lot of the old papers are made with non-archivable inks, and those inks do eat the paper up. That's why they become so delicate the older they become. So anyway, that's a little bit of archival knowledge, and the exact reason why I use archival inks. So now you know. Of course, I use Tim Holtz's Ranger line. I also use his distress archival inks. So yeah. It is distress ink, but specifically made acid-free. You want acid-free inks. Oops. All right. Now, I prepared these little squares for my for this particular video. And the reason why I did that was because I wanted to save some time. That I was waiting for my last video to go up onto YouTube. All right. I see a little bit of white, and I'll just go back over it, no biggie. All right. Now let's take a peek at these. Sometimes where your fingers hold on to the corners, you'll miss it. Because you can't sort of put ink where your fingers are trying to hold very well. All right. Like right there is a problem. There. All right. All right, let's take a look at these again. I see a little white spot here. Oh. All right. I know you can't see really well what I see because of the lens and stuff, but trust me, I see the white. All right. Almost got it. Better. All right, that's much better. Okay. All right. We can always, you know, touch something up if I see it later. So what I did was I took a $1.25 Hallmark thank you card, cardboard backing that holds the entire package together. I save all of my thin, you know, cardstocks now, regardless of, you know, where I get them from. And I measured from here to here and marked them up and cut them down. But they were still a little skosh off. So what I did was I lined them up with the bottom here. And then I remarked them and I recut them. So now you can see that they don't cover the, let me see if I can point better. They don't cover the hole where I'm going to put the brad on either side. And they don't show above or below on this side. Now this is the area where you have to do the sorry, brain fart here, stamping for the name of your journal. So what I do is I get a piece of paper now that I don't care about. And what I'm going to do is make a template for myself. All right. So, how do you make a template? You make one the exact same size as your original. All right. Hang on. There. Now, this is the exact same size as the original. Now you have a template. That was easy. And let's see. Just going to clean up some of the, this is big enough to use for something else. So I'll put it back in my thing of smaller cardboards. And now I need a piece of paper that I can experiment with. All right, see, I have scrap paper in my, I don't know what this is for. Oh, it was an advert from the property that I live at that I will happily desecrate and use that. Okay, so now you need a pencil. Where did I keep my pencils near me so that I don't have problems. So what you do is you make a little experiment. Now you say, April, but this is a lot of work. Yes, but look at the small stamps I have to work with. You practice until you get the effect you want on your original. Otherwise, you might as well make 100 of these up because you'll screw up. I mean, look at my screw up on this one. I didn't turn the M to make it a round arc. And I want a round arc on these particular things. And another reason why you want to experiment is because you're going to have to stamp on your original piece on these, and you don't want to make a mistake. So if you practice beforehand, you're less likely to make a mistake. I'm not saying you won't make a mistake, but you're less likely because you're used to handling these small little things. I'm just going to do 6, and I'm going to show you what I mean by experimenting. These squares, can be approximate on the corners because the corners is not where you're going to be focused on anyway. All right. So now I got my little template. The reason why I didn't use my originals is because my fingers are yellow. You can see it got yellow off on my template. And if I would have gone onto my template with my pencil, it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, now this is the area that you really have to, that is really important. You take the inside of your book plate and you make another window, because that is the small little space that you want to get, that you have to put whatever the name of your journal is in. So for me, it's summer, but I also want to make the name look neat. So how I'm going to do that is I now will take this template and make it into a second template. Ha 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 ha. Now, take this template and mark it right here. And what you want to do is sort of sketch what you want to do. Let's see. There. All right. It'll make sense in just a second. You can trust me on that. So I'm cutting it out now into the shape that I cut it. All right. Now, I also want to cut it down straight that way. All right. So you want to make sure your angles on both sides look the same. See? Now they look the same. All right. Now, all right. Now, from end to end, that is your template. Now, I want my template or my letters to look like that I've put them on a sunflower arc. So, you know, that's sort of what a sunflower looks like. And now what you do is you take your letters and you put them in order. And you make sure that you have them in the correct order. You have to keep these in the correct order. Now, I don't know if you can see that. It does spell summer. You don't have two M's in the alphabet, so you have to use your M twice. So, this is the order in which you want to keep them, left to right. So you put them just like that, down. So when you get done with the S, it goes to the end. All right. Now I'm using Ranger's Archival Acid-Free Permanent Waterproof Jet Black ink. Okay. So I got my capital S and I put it in the ink. All right. There. That should look nice. All right, see, this is why you experiment. If you make a mistake on this, it does not matter. So see, I made a mistake twice so far. There. That's what I should have done on the first try, but I didn't. And this is why I'm experimenting. So the idea on this arc is to abut you can see that it has a little raised edge. You want to butt the bottom of that raised edge. Oh, this is summer. I took from the wrong side. Oh, that's the R. I took from the wrong side. And you want to butt the raised edge against the cardboard. And by practicing, it also gives you the spacing that you need. Your spacing will come out the way you want it eventually. This is not the way I want it, so now I know I need to put them together a little bit better, but let me just show you. Now we've got now you can see. Now, do you want it up that high? No. So this time I will lower the piece of paper, or my experimental page, and now I pick up the S again. This time I now look and from the side, and I got the S. All right, already looking better. Probably got the spacing a little bit off this, on this again, but the spacing will come together once you practice a few of these. Nope. Didn't butt it. All right. Now, you look again. Is that the way I want it? Aha! I like the spacing from top to bottom, so now I can make my little thing a real template. Now, what do I mean by real template? I am going to leave that there. I don't have to do this by myself. And I'll realign the tracing that I have for the inside and just retrace it, but this time retrace it on my template. So now I know where to line it every single time. Aha, see, this is why templates are very important, especially if you want to do something slightly different than just a straight line. So now you align your line on your template with the corner here. All right, this one lines up good, so that's the way we're going to experiment with it. And then you line it up this way too, and you're good to go. All right. As you can see, it took me 2 templates to figure that one out. All right. Now we're going to practice for spacing this time. All right, I'm not too sure about the second M on this one. E. All right. R is sticking up. All right, so now I like this spacing for the most part on this. So you can see even the spacing looks better, except, my U looks weird, my E looks weird, my R is not right. So this is why you practice. And you practice until you feel like you've gotten it right. All right. Now, if I don't feel like I've gotten this right yet, I'll do up more until I feel like I've gotten to the place where I can work with my originals without screwing up. Each one is, you know, you don't want to screw up on. All right. That S looks good. Let's see you. Sometimes it's a little hard to see the letter underneath. Usually I take off my glasses for this part so I can, and I look down so I can absolutely see what I'm doing. And it does take concentration, so I probably won't be talking too much while I'm doing this because I want to get it right. Aha! Now I just need to get the U closer to the S and space out the MME, or the two M's a little bit. But yeah, see how you become better at it? You get the technique down. Yeah. When I did my mummy journals, I did 2 pages of practicing because I knew that that was the only way to make it look decent and know how to use these little individual ink letters. Okay, this is the U. So I'm going to get right down there to see where it is. Ah, all right. I'm going to do the same for the M. Aha! All right. Yep, that's the E. You have to make sure that you got the right one. All right, and now the R. Ah, now I like that one. I like that one. Summer. Now you can, if you look at it this way, you can see that there is a slight arch and this side's a little low, higher. I don't know why it's higher on one side. All right, let's look. Do not know. All right. Maybe that's the reason. All right. All right. All right. Now, how does that one look in comparison? The M's didn't quite stamp out the way I wanted them to, and now they're too close. Maybe putting them that distance apart is better. Okay, I don't feel like I have this down quite. I should have made 2 templates on my ding dong. Oh well. Turn it over and you'll have your original size for the template again. And if your pencil goes up on the back of these, it doesn't matter. The reason why the thing will look a little, might look a little crooked is because of the box is probably crooked. That could be a true story. All right, let's put up 6 more. Yeah, the boxes aren't straight, and that's why the arch is a little bit off and wonky. All right. All right. Now, use the same interior box that you did before. All right. All right. Now where's my other template? Right here. All right. There. All right. S. You see? S. Oh, I didn't do that M right. Practice makes better. Remember that. Doesn't make perfect, but it does make better. Yeah, my M should have been turned just on a little diagonal, just a little bit. And this is why I'm practicing. So if my big fat head's in the way, I apologize, but there's no getting around that on this, what I'm doing today. So I know you can't see what I'm doing from the side. That's too close. All right. Still didn't turn it on the side at all. Yeah, it's too far apart. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. So far, that's what that's the one I like the most. Right. And we go for it again. Yes. U. All right, I just thought of something that's rather quite brilliant. Let's see here. There you go. Now, let's see here. Where's my... And this is an artist pit pen. SC is the tip size. So what I want to do is put a little thing here, and a little thing here, and a little thing here, a little thing here, a little thing here, and a little thing here, and here. Now let's see if that helps with my... No, let me look again. Yep, all right. I did do that right. Okay, cool. And I made some little ticks, as you can see. Now, each tick represents where I'm supposed to be putting the letters, and I bet this will help me immensely. So, let's not get that over into the sunflower leaves. All right. Okay. Now I can sort of see exactly where I want these letters, at least from below. I'm looking at it from the side. And again, you've got to think out of the box when you're, this is the M. Okay. Oops. M. When you're crafting, so that you can get your stuff right. Oops. All right. Better. Even though I screwed up the M. That's okay. We'll see if this will work. All right. Try it again. All right. Yes. See, the S's should have been back just a skosh. Ugh. All right. A little bit too far away, April. All right. All right. Oh, that's better. Now, let's see. You. All right. All right. You can't double stamp very well, so make sure that you put even pressure when you go to your real stamping on your originals. Otherwise, forget about it. You won't be able to double stamp, and it look heinous, and you'll have to make more of these. And I don't have any more I don't have any more of them. So now I need another piece of paper because this side, oh, wait a minute. I've got some, I do have some more, space on this paper, so why don't I use it up? Yes, indeed. All right. That's all the practice I'm going to get out of this one page. All right. All right, this is as good as it's going to get. If you're wondering how I line this up, I'm looking at the small circles. If I can see the line in it, then I move it around until I see very little of the line. That's the idea anyway. Okay. Then you get this and you line it up again. And you continue practicing. I'm not going to put that back this time. I'm going to. All right. And so if this is the correct side, it should be the S. It is. This M is too close to the U. All right. It is what it is. And this is why I practice until I feel like... Now, sometimes you may have to come back and practice after you've practiced because you get aggravated. I mean, look at that mess. I mean, look at the mess. So I will probably continue practicing off screen so I don't bore you half to death. And then you'll know how I stamp these. Working with the actual nameplate is what you're going to have to do for the original. Well, I didn't press hard enough on the first M, and the E and R is wonky. Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad. Getting better. See, practice makes better. But yeah, I will be practicing this for a minute. I may even take a break and come back to it later today or tomorrow, because believe it or not, allowing your brain to percolate on what you're practicing, you'll come back and it'll be like, oh, wow. How come I couldn't do that before? And it's just the nature of your brain. Oh yeah, I'm liking that the best. All right, well, there you have it. That's how I do my stamping, but like I said, I've got to practice at this some more. So, and I will stop boring you on watching me do this. And anyway, you have a very lovely day, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.